Hi, it's Stacy Parks from filmspecific.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about 5 ways to decrease your film's budget and compete for financing. First of all, why would you want to know about this? Well, bottom line is 9 times out of 10 you're probably budgeting more for your film than is realistic for the marketplace. I see this time and again with my clients who want to make $5 million films, and they start pitching it to financiers and sales agents, and in most cases, they're told to cut their budgets by 30 to 50%. Otherwise, there's no chance of recoupment. All you have to do is look at the latest acquisition prices for films coming out of Sundance, Toronto, and Cannes to see what the going rates are and realize that you probably need to lower your own budget to meet the marketplace demand. So let's get started. The number one way is locations. One of the simplest things you can do to lower your budget, which some people don't even think about, is to cut down on the number of locations. Less company moves and less paid locations equal lower budget. So that could be an easy place to start. And you want to communicate all this, by the way, to your line producer or whoever did your budget for you, and ask where in the script you could collapse locations to lower the budget. Number 2 is also an obvious solution, and that is to cut the number of shooting days. I see a lot of schedules come across my desk of these luxurious 40 and 50 and even 60, 70, 80-day shoots, which I'm sure would be great, but the reality is that films are getting done now in fewer shooting days. Think 20 to 30 shooting days, sometimes even 18. This could easily be accomplished once you collapse locations, for example. So once again, be sure to communicate all this to your line producer so they don't freak out that you just want to unilaterally slash your shooting days, because something's going to have to give for you to do that. Number 3 is scene construction. A great way to lower your budget is to be mindful of costumes, props, period pieces, scenes requiring a large number of extras, stuff that may require you to rework a scene or two in your script, but quite often it's things you necessarily didn't think about when you were writing the script in the first place, and you may not even have they may not even have that big of an impact on the story anyway. Number 4 is cast. Now, you should always try and negotiate a flat rate rather than a per day rate with actors. And for example, you can sometimes get quote-unquote deals if you say you need such and such an actor for 1 6-day week or 2 6-day weeks, and negotiate a flat rate for those periods. Also, once you get to the negotiating phase with an actor, if they're being unreasonable with their salary demands, remember to keep your wits about you and just move on. Always have a backup plan, and don't be persuaded to pay someone more just because they want it. Unless you get confirmation, for example, from your sales agent that the actor could actually justify the increase in budget. Stick to your guns on this, guys. And number 5 is deliverables. Deliverables can represent an expensive portion of your budget. But you definitely don't want to cut it out. But instead, you want to focus on the must-have items like HD master, DCP file, artwork, M&E tracks, music licenses, and hold off on things like, for example, a physical print, which are hardly ever used anymore, and even E&O insurance, because you will only really need that with certain types of US deals. So just be judicious about which deliverables you budget for and don't overspend here. Okay, so that wraps up the 5 ways to decrease your budget and compete for financing. I hope you've enjoyed this little training video I prepared for you. You can get more resources related to this topic over at filmspecific.com. And for more in-depth exploration, you can join our global network for film professionals by becoming a Film Specific member. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon.